Welcome back to The Explainer. If you are a student right now, man, I see ya. The sheer weight of modern student life is just incredibly heavy. Between the endless academic pressure, the constant, nonstop buzz of social media, and of course, the really heavy weight of family expectations, it is so easy to feel like you're just treading water. But today, we're gonna flip the script.
Ask yourself, do you feel overwhelmed by screens, exams, and family expectations? If you're nodding your head yes right now, I want you to hear this loud and clear. Your stress is 100% valid. You are not failing, you are simply navigating an intensely demanding environment. So today, we're building what I like to call an inside-out toolkit. We'll look at the research and give you some real evidence-based strategies to take back control of your mind, your time, and your energy.
Here is our roadmap to getting some relief. 1. Winning your morning routine. 2. Overcoming academic burnout. 3. The digital detox advantage. 4. Navigating heavy family expectations. And 5. Setting healthy boundaries. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. Winning your morning routine.
Okay, so biology basically dictates our focus. Your circadian timing system, or a CTS, is essentially your body's internal clock. And it's run by this tiny little region in your brain called the suprachiasmatic nucleus. Sounds super academic, but here's the deal. When you wake up, you usually get hit with what researchers call sleep inertia. You know, that groggy, super slow feeling? Well, to beat that and to really set yourself up for sharp focus and a good mood for the rest of the day, you have to stabilize this biological anchor first thing in the morning.
And the evidence points to 4 key things to shake off that morning fog. First up, early light exposure. Natural light literally signals your brain to drop the melatonin, waking you right up. Second is physical activity. Even just a really quick morning stretch or workout boosts blood flow straight to your brain. Third, hydration. Get this, research shows that even mild dehydration totally messes with your working memory and attention. And lastly, mindfulness. Just a quick minute of deep breathing or meditation actually shifts your nervous system out of stress mode, which completely upgrades your emotional regulation for the whole day.
Section 2. Overcoming academic burnout.
Now, once your morning is anchored, you are in a way better spot to handle these common student stressors. We're talking academic stress from crazy syllabuses and exam pressure, emotional stress like the fear of failure and self-doubt, and social stress, pure comparison or feeling isolated. And it takes a physical toll too, a racing heartbeat, awful sleep, brain fog. If this sounds like you, please know that burnout is not a personal failure. It is actually a completely measurable physical and psychological reaction to chronic pressure. Your body is just doing exactly what it's wired to do when it feels threatened.
So how do we tell our brains we aren't under threat? Researchers at Cypress West University hit the nail on the head. They suggest we reframe exams as opportunities to demonstrate learning rather than threats. It's a simple little mental shift, but it's remarkably powerful. If you walk into a test thinking it's a threat to your personal worth, your anxiety is going to skyrocket and your working memory just shuts down. But if you view it as just a chance to show off what you know, you keep that cognitive clarity intact.
Section 3. The digital detox advantage.
Now, even with the best mindset, there's a giant elephant in the room when it comes to studying. We are living in an era of absolute cognitive overload. Short-form videos wire us for high arousal and these rapid-fire dopamine hits. And that leads straight to cognitive overload and a shrinking attention span. Deep focus, which you absolutely need for studying, brings mental clarity, better working memory, and way lower stress. In fact, research shows that binging rapid media is tied directly to worse attention. And crazily enough, stress accounts for nearly 15% of that attention loss. The more short-form content you consume, the more stressed you get, and the less you can actually focus.
So what happens when we pull the plug on the noise? Well, in this really fascinating study, researchers took 2 groups of students. The experimental group did a digital detox for just 7 days. No social media, no entertainment apps. The control group, they kept their regular scrolling habits. The detox group saw an absolutely massive 13-point jump in their academic performance scores. Meanwhile, the control group only gained 2 points. Cutting out social media for literally 1 week yields huge academic gains. It actually works.
So if putting the phone away is so clearly good for us, why does saying no to our screens, and more importantly, saying no to the people around us, feel so incredibly hard? That brings us to maybe the deepest issue in our toolkit today.
Section 4. Navigating heavy family expectations.
Setting boundaries with the people we love carries a ton of emotional weight. Have you ever felt like your worth to your family is tied entirely to the letter grade on your transcript? Psychologists actually have a term for this:
Conditional regard. It's when you feel like your parents' approval, their praise, their warmth, it's all strictly tied to how well you do in school. And this is brutally stressful because it builds this super fragile sense of self. You're not just trying to succeed anymore, you're constantly exhausting yourself just trying to remain worthy of love.
But we have to look at the bigger picture here. As A Good Place Therapy points out, the immigrant experience is not an easy one. Understanding where these expectations come from can help reduce feelings of resentment. Often, what feels like heavy, crushing parental expectation is actually just intergenerational transmission. It's fear. Fear of you struggling, fear of you missing out on opportunities, and they mask that fear as strict expectations. Recognizing that this pressure usually comes from a deep place of love and sacrifice can really help you build some compassion, even if you totally disagree with their approach.
Section 5. Setting healthy boundaries.
Understanding the root of that pressure is great, but at the end of the day, you still have to protect your own mental health. There's this huge misconception that setting boundaries is somehow mean. It's really not. A boundary is not a wall. A wall shuts people out. It creates distance, and it's usually built on resentment. A boundary, on the other hand, creates clarity. It defines roles, protects your energy, and it's built entirely on respect. Saying no without the guilt trip requires unlearning the idea that your worth comes from making everyone else happy. A boundary isn't you rejecting someone, it's just redirection. It's essential self-care.
Okay, so how do we actually do it? Here's a practical tool you can put in your pocket right now, the I statement formula. You basically describe how a behavior makes you feel using this exact script. I feel, emotion, when, explanation. So for example, I feel overwhelmed when my grades are the only thing we talk about. You have to be clear, calm, and firm. Don't over-explain it, don't get angry, and definitely don't apologize. It's going to feel super uncomfortable at first. You'll probably feel a bit selfish or guilty, honestly, but do it anyway. Remind yourself that you have a fundamental right to take care of you.
We have covered so much ground in this explainer today. From waking up and getting that early light exposure, to reframing test anxiety, to seeing the actual academic magic of a digital detox, right down to protecting your energy with strong, respectful boundaries. So I want to leave you with this one question to think about. What is one boundary you can set? Or 1 hour you can put your phone away today? You've got the tools. You have the right to protect your peace. It's time to take control.